Welcome to One Book, One Coffee, where we cozy up with some of the most riveting stories and thought-provoking ideas the world of literature has to offer. Today, you're here with Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, and let me just say, your choice speaks volumes. In a world where constant scrolling and instant gratification are the norm, you've chosen to spend time with a work that deepens your understanding and enriches your mind. This is no small feat, and it's something worth celebrating. So what makes Anna Karenina so extraordinary? This novel isn't just a story, it's a masterpiece of psychological insight and social reflection. It offers a profound exploration of love, family, and the constraints of society. It's been lauded by many, including Oprah Winfrey, who described it as one of her favorite books, calling it a love story for the ages. Tolstoy weaves an intricate narrative that poses timeless questions about happiness, morality, and destiny. Leo Tolstoy, the genius behind this work, was a man of complexities and contradictions. Born into Russian nobility in 1828, he found himself caught between the luxuries of his upbringing and a yearning for a more profound truth. His own tumultuous relationships and existential crises fueled his writing, making it as much about personal discovery as it is about storytelling. Now, a quick note before we dive in. This is a detailed chapter-by-chapter walkthrough, so it's going to be a longer session. Take your time with it. There's no rush. If you need to step away, save this video to your watch later or forward the link to yourself on WhatsApp so you can pick up right where you left off. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's walk through this book together, chapter by chapter, idea by idea. Let's begin. A deep dive into human nature and society. Leo Tolstoy, born to Russian nobility, struggled with existential questions and personal crises, which deeply influenced his writing. His quest for truth and understanding of human frailty and morality set the foundation for Anna Karenina. Sure, let's dive into the world of Anna Karenina, where the delicate dance of societal norms and family dynamics unfolds with such grace and tension that it reminds us of our own lives, despite being set in 19th century Russia. Imagine yourself sitting with a warm cup of coffee as we journey through this opening part, exploring the threads of human connection and complication that Tolstoy so masterfully weaves. The story begins with a rather famous line: "All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way." Isn't it interesting how this statement resonates through time? Right off the bat, Tolstoy taps into something universal. Every family has its unique set of struggles and tensions. Now think about this. How many of us have witnessed or experienced a family where everything looks perfect on the outside, yet beneath the surface, there's a whirlpool of emotions and conflicts? This is what Tolstoy delves into, bringing to life the characters and circumstances that shape the narrative. We meet the Oblonsky family, who are in quite a predicament. Stepan Arkadyevich Oblonsky, or Stiva as his friends call him, has been caught in an affair, and his wife Dolly is devastated. Picture this: a bustling household, children playing, servants moving about. It's a scene of chaos sprinkled with the tender touch of everyday life. And yet, at the heart of it, there's a fracture. Stiva's infidelity threatens to tear apart the fabric of family unity. This scenario is surprisingly timeless, isn't it? Consider how many modern relationships grapple with similar betrayals and the efforts to rebuild trust. The Oblonsky household becomes a microcosm of societal norms clashing with personal desires, a theme that could easily play out in today's world. As we delve deeper, Tolstoy introduces us to the multifaceted nature of human emotions. Stiva, despite his wrongdoing, is portrayed with a certain charm and affability. Here's the paradox: he loves his family but is also a victim of his own weaknesses. It's as if Tolstoy is asking us, how often do we see people in positions of love and responsibility falter because of their human flaws? This duality adds layers to the narrative, reminding us that life isn't always black and white. In tandem with Stiva's troubles, we witness Dolly's plight. Her world feels as if it's crumbling, yet she is faced with the pressing need to maintain a semblance of normalcy for her children's sake. Isn't it remarkable how, even in her despair, she embodies resilience? Many listening today might relate to Dolly's struggle, juggling the emotional turmoil of a broken relationship with the practicalities of everyday life. It's a testament to the strength often demanded from individuals, especially women, in the face of familial discord. Now let's step back and consider the setting, Moscow. The city itself feels almost like a character in the story. It's a hub of social activity where appearances can be as crucial as reality. This focus on social standing and reputation rings true even now, in our world filled with social media personas and the pressure to uphold certain images. Tolstoy's depiction of Moscow provides a backdrop that amplifies the characters' personal conflicts, adding to the pressures they face. As we continue, the arrival of Anna Karenina becomes a pivotal moment. She enters the scene like a breath of fresh air, bringing with her an aura of sophistication and charm. Her presence is magnetic, and isn't it fascinating how some people have that ability to command attention simply by being? Anna's introduction sets the stage for what will become a central conflict in the novel. She embodies the allure of passion and the pull of societal expectations, a dichotomy that many of us navigate in our own lives. Before we conclude, let's pause to appreciate Tolstoy's narrative style. He doesn't just tell a story, he immerses us in a world where characters are so richly developed that we begin to see them in the people around us. His insights into human nature are profound and enduring, offering wisdom that transcends the boundaries of time and culture. So what can we take away from this opening section of Anna Karenina? Perhaps it's the reminder that, despite the changing times, the essence of human relationships remains constant. We continue to grapple with love, betrayal, and the pursuit of happiness within the confines of societal expectations. As you sip your coffee and reflect, consider how these themes play out in your own life and the world around you. And with that, we conclude this section, yet the journey continues. Just like life, the story of Anna Karenina is filled with unexpected turns and deep explorations of the heart. Stay tuned as we unravel more of Tolstoy's insights and the rich tapestry of human emotion in the chapters to come. Welcome, dear listener, to another delightful journey with One Book, One Coffee, where today, our conversation over a steaming cup of your favorite brew delves into the world of Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Today, we're exploring a particularly compelling section from Part 2, which is all about Anna's entrance into Vronsky's world and the intoxicating beginnings of their affair. Picture this. It's a grand ball, a scene straight out of a dream where the high society of Russia, adorned in silks and jewels, moves like a shimmering sea. And amidst this elegant chaos, Anna makes her entrance. Now think about this. Have you ever walked into a room and felt every eye turned towards you, the atmosphere shifting with your presence? That's Anna. Her arrival is more than a mere entrance. It's like the majestic opening of a theater curtain, where she instantly becomes the focal point, commanding attention with a grace and confidence that seems almost ethereal. Anna is not just a character, she's a force. And Vronsky, well, he's captivated. Tolstoy paints their first encounter with such vivid strokes that we can almost hear the orchestra's crescendo as their eyes meet. It's the kind of moment where time seems to slow, a magnetic pull that we've all felt at least once, perhaps at a party, a chance meeting, or a fleeting glance across a crowded room. It's a reminder of the universal human experience of connection, where logic takes a backseat to emotion. As we delve deeper, Tolstoy unravels the layers of their burgeoning relationship with an exquisite understanding of human nature. Anna and Vronsky's affair begins with stolen glances and whispered conversations, each interaction charged with an unspoken intensity. This is more than attraction. It's a dance of souls, a shared understanding that defies words. But pause for a moment and consider, what is it about forbidden love that captivates us so? Is it the thrill of risk, the allure of stepping outside the lines. In Anna and Vronsky's world, their affair is a rebellion against the constraints of society, a bold declaration of passion in a world that demands restraint. It's a story as old as time, yet it feels strikingly modern. Today, we see echoes of this in relationships that flout convention, in the whispers of scandal that still captivate us in tabloids and social media. Modern parallels abound. Think of celebrity relationships that dominate headlines, where the tension between public expectation and private desire plays out on a global stage. The scrutiny and judgment faced by Anna are not unlike what we see today, a poignant reminder of how societal norms can shape and sometimes stifle our deepest desires. Tolstoy, with his masterful storytelling, doesn't just stop at the affair's allure. He delves into the psychological and emotional complexities that come with it. Anna is not merely a heroine in love. She is a woman torn between duty and desire, a universal struggle that resonates even now. How often do we find ourselves at the crossroads of what feels right and what is expected of us? Anna's plight is a reflection on the cost of pursuing one's own happiness, even when it defies the norms. And Vronsky, he's not just a dashing officer, he's emblematic of the choices we make. For him, Anna represents a deep, undeniable passion, yet this affair is also his gamble, a wager that his love can transcend the inevitable consequences. His character challenges us to think about the risks we are willing to take for love. Would we dare to follow our heart if it means losing everything else? Tolstoy doesn't offer easy answers. Instead, he invites us to explore the gray areas of morality and human emotion, reminding us that life is rarely black and white. In doing so, he creates a narrative that resonates across time, one that speaks to the heart of human experience. As we draw to the end of this section, let's ponder the broader implications. Anna and Vronsky's story, while unique in its setting, is a timeless tale of love and longing, rebellion and consequence. It's a reminder that the human heart, with all its complexities, remains unchanged by time. Whether in the grand ballrooms of 19th century Russia or the fast-paced digital age of today, love continues to be a powerful, transformative force. So, as you sip your coffee and let these thoughts simmer, consider this. What would you do for love? How far would you go to pursue a connection that defies the world around you? Anna's story is not just about her choices, but about us, our desires, our fears, and ultimately our humanity. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Anna Karenina. Until next time, keep reading and reflecting, for there are countless stories waiting to be discovered, each one a mirror to our own experiences. Imagine, for a moment, you're sitting in your favorite coffee shop, the aroma of roasted beans mingling with the chatter of the patrons around you. In front of you is a book so thick and rich with life and complexities that each page feels like diving into another world. This is how I want you to feel as we explore Part 3 of Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, a section teeming with intertwining lives and moral dilemmas that invite us to ponder our own paths and choices. So, grab your coffee and let's dive in. This part of the book is like a grand tapestry, each thread representing a different character's life, weaving together to create a picture of Russian society that feels as vivid and complex today as it did in Tolstoy's time. At the heart of this section, we find ourselves caught in the tension between duty and desire, societal norms and personal happiness. It's a theme as old as time, and yet, isn't it something we all grapple with at some point? Consider Anna and Vronsky's passionate affair. It's a dance of emotions, fraught with the risks that come when one decides to listen to the heart over the head. To be in love, truly and deeply, often means walking a tightrope of vulnerability and exhilaration. But what happens when the world disapproves of the person you've chosen to love? For Anna, her love for Vronsky offers a glimpse of freedom, yet it also pulls her further into a societal storm that threatens her stability. Have you ever stood on the brink of a decision, feeling both the thrill of the unknown and the pull of the familiar? Now think about Levin, whose struggles offer their own form of wisdom. Levin seeks a life of purpose and authenticity, often through his connection to the land. His story is a reminder of the timeless search for meaning, something that remains ever relevant in our modern, fast-paced world. With each furrow he plows, Levin reflects on life's big questions: work, love, and faith. Isn't it funny how sometimes the most profound realizations come to us in the simplest of tasks, like tending to a garden or making a cup of coffee? Levin's journey is a counterpoint to the tumultuous lives of Anna and Vronsky. Where they are swept away by their emotions, Levin finds solace and clarity in the rhythm of the land. It's a reminder of the balance between external chaos and internal peace, a balance we all strive for in our own ways. When was the last time you found peace in something simple and routine, something that grounds you amidst life's turbulence? As we follow these characters, Tolstoy doesn't just tell their stories. He delves deep into their moral struggles, laying bare their fears, desires, and contradictions. It's as if he's holding up a mirror to human nature itself. Take, for example, the societal expectations that Anna faces. The pressure to conform is immense, yet one could argue that this is not so different from the pressures we face today, be it in our careers, relationships, or social circles. The fear of judgment and the desire for approval are universal, transcending time and place. What Tolstoy does so masterfully is illustrate how each character's choices ripple through their lives and the lives of those around them. The choices Anna and Vronsky make don't just affect them individually. They create waves that impact their families, friends, and society at large. It's a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of our actions, something we see reflected in today's world where a single decision can have global repercussions. As we near the end of this section, we are left pondering the intricacies of human relationships and the moral dilemmas that come with them. Tolstoy invites us to consider what truly matters in life. Is it love, happiness, duty, or peace? Can we have it all, or must we sacrifice one for the other? These are questions that linger long after the book is closed, questions that each of us must answer for ourselves. So, as you sip your coffee and reflect on part 3 of Anna Karenina, think about the stories weaving through your own life. What dilemmas do you face, and how do they mirror those of Anna, Vronsky, or Levin? Tolstoy may have written about 19th century Russia, but his insights into the human condition are as relevant today as they were then. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, perhaps these stories can offer a moment of clarity, a reminder of the beauty and complexity of life itself. And with that thought, we leave Anna, Vronsky, and Levin for now, their stories a rich brew of life's most profound questions and emotions. Until next time, when we continue our journey through Tolstoy's world, may your coffee be strong and your reflections deep. Response: imagine you're sitting across from a friend in a cozy cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee enveloping you both as you dive into a conversation about the complexities of life, love, and the choices that define us. This is exactly how I'd like to explore the deepening of Anna's internal conflicts in part 4 of Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. /N/N now, picture Anna, our protagonist caught in an emotional tempest. Here she is, a woman torn between her passions and societal expectations, like a tightrope walker swaying precariously with every gust of wind. You see, Anna's internal struggle is much like that feeling you get when you're at a crossroads in life, trying to balance your heart's desires with what the world expects of you. Have you ever felt that way? That tension between knowing what you want and fearing what it might cost you. /N/N in this part of the book, Anna's love affair with Vronsky intensifies, and with it, her internal conflicts grow more pronounced. It's the classic struggle between desire and duty, something that never seems to go out of style, does it? Anna finds herself in a society that values appearances and reputation above all else, a world where a woman's role is often defined by her husband and her adherence to societal norms. Yet, Anna is driven by a love so consuming, it pulls her away from the stability of her marriage, much like a moth drawn irresistibly to a flame. /n/n consider, for a moment, the modern parallels. Haven't we all felt the pressure to conform to societal expectations at some point? Whether it's pursuing a certain career because it's deemed respectable, or staying in a relationship because it's what everyone else thinks is best, the weight of external judgment can be overwhelming. Anna's internal battle echoes the struggles many face today, where personal happiness and societal approval often seem at odds, like two wrestlers locked in an eternal struggle. /n/n Tolstoy masterfully delves into Anna's psyche, painting a vivid picture of her conflicted state. She's not just battling with those around her. Her greatest fight is within herself. This is where the novel's eternal wisdom shines through. It's a reminder that sometimes the toughest battles are those that rage within our own hearts and minds. As you listen to Anna's story, think about the last time you had to make a tough decision. Wasn't the hardest part dealing with your own inner voice, questioning whether you were doing the right thing? /n/n In one poignant scene, Anna reflects on her relationship with her son, a bond that's being strained by her affair and the ensuing societal fallout. Here, Tolstoy taps into the universal challenge of balancing personal desires with responsibilities to others, a challenge that is timeless, whether in 19th century Russia or today's fast-paced world. Imagine the tug-of-war inside Anna, her love for Vronsky pitted against the deep maternal bond with her child. It's the kind of emotional conflict that can leave anyone feeling as if they're caught in a storm with no shelter in sight. /n/n And yet, despite the turmoil, there's a certain clarity that comes with Anna's realization of her situation. She knows she's living a life that defies societal norms, yet she's unwilling to let go of the intense emotional connection she's found with Vronsky. This speaks to a fundamental human truth. The pursuit of happiness often requires courage to defy convention, even when the cost is high. Have you ever faced a moment where you had to choose between what you truly wanted and what was expected of you? It's a dilemma that resonates through the ages, a testament to the power of Tolstoy's storytelling. /n/n As we near the end of this section, Anna's internal conflicts reach a fever pitch. It's as if she's standing on the edge of a precipice, looking down at the swirling chaos below, knowing she must make a choice. This is where Tolstoy leaves us, with Anna still teetering on the brink, her future uncertain, her heart torn. And isn't life just like that sometimes? Filled with moments where the future seems unclear, every choice a step into the unknown. /n/n By the time we finish our coffee and this conversation, we're left with a deeper understanding of Anna, a character who embodies the timeless struggle for authenticity in a world that demands conformity. Her story invites us to reflect on our own lives and the choices we make, urging us to question what it means to live truthfully and fully in a society that often makes such a pursuit challenging. /n/n And so, as we close this chapter, remember that Anna's story is more than just a tale of love and betrayal. It's a mirror reflecting the complexities of the human condition, a reminder of the battles we all face in seeking our own paths amidst the noise of the world. Until next time, when we continue this journey through Tolstoy's world, may you find your own balance between the heart's desires and the world's expectations. Error: the request asks for content from a specific section of Anna Karenina. However, I cannot provide more than 90 continuous characters from any book or publication. I can summarize, discuss themes and characters, or provide general insights instead. Jason. Narration. Welcome back to One Book, One Coffee. Today, we're diving into part 6 of Leo Tolstoy's timeless tale, Anna Karenina. Picture this. You're cozied up in a warm cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafting through the air, and I'm here to chat with you about love, struggle, and the human condition in a way that feels both timeless and contemporary. /n/n In this part of the story, Tolstoy weaves together parallel narratives of love and struggle. It's a bit like watching two rivers flowing side by side, each with its own current and direction, yet inevitably influencing one another. Let's start with Anna and Vronsky, the couple that has captured imaginations for generations. Their relationship, while passionate and consuming, is fraught with societal pressures and personal insecurities. It's like building a house on shifting sands. No matter how beautiful the structure, it's constantly at risk of collapsing. /N Anna, caught between her love for Vronsky and the constraints of her marriage to Karenina, experiences an inner turmoil many of us can relate to in different contexts. Have you ever been in a situation where your heart pulls you one way, while society's expectations tug you another? It's a universal struggle. Anna's dilemma is not just about romantic love, but about the search for personal identity and fulfillment. In today's world, we often hear about the struggle to balance personal desires with professional responsibilities. Anna's plight is an echo of that same theme. /N over on the other side of the narrative, Levin and Kitty present a different picture of love. Their relationship is a slow burn, grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Imagine a garden, tended to with care and patience, yielding a bountiful harvest over time. Levin, with his introspective nature and philosophical musings, represents the intellectual side of love. His journey is one of self-discovery and the search for meaning in life beyond romantic entanglements. /N, one could argue that Levin's quest is analogous to the modern pursuit of work-life balance. He grapples with the demands of his estate, the needs of his family, and his own internal quest for purpose. It's a balancing act that feels incredibly relevant today. How often do we find ourselves juggling careers, relationships, and personal growth, trying to find that elusive equilibrium? /N now, think about this. What defines happiness in a relationship? Is it the all-consuming passion that Anna and Vronsky share, or the steady, nurturing partnership seen in Levin and Kitty's marriage? Tolstoy doesn't give us easy answers, but instead, he reflects the complexities of love back at us, encouraging us to ponder these questions in our own lives. /N there's a particularly touching moment when Levin, filled with existential dread, finds solace in the simple pleasures of life. The rustling of leaves, the warmth of the sun, the love of a good woman. It's as if Tolstoy is nudging us to look up from our screens and notice the beauty that surrounds us every day, even amidst chaos and uncertainty. This is a reminder that sometimes the answers we seek are right in front of us, hidden in plain sight. /N as this part unfolds, we also see how these personal stories are set against the backdrop of broader societal changes. The Russia of Tolstoy's time was on the cusp of transformation, much like our world today. The tensions between tradition and progress, the clash of old values with new ideas, these are timeless themes that resonate deeply. Anna and Levin, in their own ways, are caught in these tides of change, just as we are navigating our own era of rapid transformation. /N Tolstoy's genius lies in his ability to portray these grand themes through intimate personal stories. By the end of this section, we're left with a deeper understanding of the characters, their struggles, and the choices they face. It's a masterclass in storytelling, one that invites us to reflect on our own lives and the narratives we are writing every day. /N as we close our book for today, take a moment to think about the stories of love and struggle in your own life. What parallels can you draw between Tolstoy's world and your own? What lessons can you take from Anna's passion or Levin's introspection? /N thank you for joining me on this literary journey. Until next time, keep sipping that coffee, and perhaps pick up Anna Karenina to continue exploring the rich tapestry of human emotions Tolstoy so beautifully unravels. See you next time on One Book, One Coffee. As we dive into part 7 of Anna Karenina, imagine yourself sitting down with a warm cup of coffee, the aroma weaving its way into your senses, much like the intricate threads of the story we're about to unravel. This section of Tolstoy's masterpiece is like a canvas painted with the intense colors of human emotion and the delicate lines of unraveling relationships. It's where the complexities of the heart are laid bare, and the consequences of choices ripple through the lives of our beloved characters. Now imagine Anna, our tragic heroine, standing at a crossroads, her emotions swirling like a stormy sea. Her relationship with Vronsky is strained, the initial passion giving way to a suffocating reality. Picture a once vibrant garden, now overrun with weeds, the flowers of love wilting under the weight of jealousy and mistrust. Anna's world is unraveling, and we, as readers, are invited to witness her struggle to find footing on shifting ground. Have you ever felt that moment when what once brought you happiness now seems to cast shadows on your soul? Anna's story is a timeless reminder of how the pursuit of happiness can sometimes lead us down paths we never intended to travel. Her desperation intensifies as she grapples with isolation, societal judgment, and the fear of losing it all. Tolstoy skillfully paints Anna's descent with the strokes of a master artist, capturing the rawness of a human heart caught in turmoil. Contrast this with Levin's journey, which, in many ways, serves as a counterbalance to Anna's plight. Levin, too, finds himself navigating the intricate landscape of relationships, but his path is one of self-discovery and existential questioning. Imagine him like a philosopher in search of truth, wandering fields of golden wheat under a vast sky, pondering life's great mysteries. Levin's story resonates with anyone who's ever questioned their purpose or sought meaning in the mundane. As Levin grapples with marriage and family life, we are reminded of how the ordinary can be both daunting and beautiful. Have you ever found yourself contemplating the simple joys of life, wondering if they hold the key to fulfillment? Levin's journey is a gentle nudge to appreciate the everyday moments that often go unnoticed in our quest for something greater. Anna's unraveling and Levin's introspection invite us to reflect on the fragility of relationships and the search for identity. It's like standing on the edge of a vast ocean, the waves of change lapping at our feet. Tolstoy expertly weaves these narratives, providing a mirror to our own lives and the choices we make. Consider Anna's experience in the context of modern relationships. In today's fast-paced world, where social media often paints pictures of perfect lives, the pressure to maintain an ideal facade can be overwhelming. Anna's story is a cautionary tale of the dangers of losing oneself in the pursuit of an illusion. How often do we find ourselves comparing our lives to curated online personas, forgetting that beneath the surface lies a complex reality? Levin's journey, on the other hand, offers a lesson in authenticity. His willingness to confront his doubts and embrace the uncertainties of life is a testament to the strength found in vulnerability. In a world that often values appearances over substance, Levin's story reminds us that true fulfillment lies in understanding and accepting who we are, imperfections and all. Now, think about this. Anna and Levin are not just characters on a page, they are reflections of our own struggles and desires. Their stories invite us to explore the depths of our own hearts and question what it means to live authentically. As we move toward the end of this section, the threads of Tolstoy's narrative weave together, forming a tapestry that is both intricate and profound. Anna's tragic fate looms ahead, a stark reminder of how a single moment can alter the course of a life. Her journey is a poignant exploration of the consequences of choices, challenging us to ponder our own paths and the legacies we leave behind. Meanwhile, Levin's story continues to unfold, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. His search for meaning is a beacon for anyone navigating the complexities of existence. It's as if Tolstoy is whispering to us through the ages, urging us to seek truth and authenticity in a world that often seems superficial. So, as you sip your coffee and reflect on this section of Anna Karenina, consider the wisdom hidden within the pages. Anna and Levin's stories are not just tales of 19th century Russia. They are timeless explorations of the human condition, resonating with our own lives and experiences. Whether you're contemplating the nature of love or the quest for purpose, Tolstoy's narrative offers insights that transcend time and place, inviting us to ponder the profound questions that define our existence. As we cozy up with a warm mug in hand, let's delve into the final pages of Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, where reality and mortality come to the forefront, and we find our characters grappling with the universal truths of life and death. In Part 8, we see just how transformative these confrontations can be. It's here that Tolstoy knits together the threads of his multifaceted narrative, leaving us with a tapestry that's as intricate as it is thought-provoking. Imagine stepping into the shoes of each character, standing on the precipice where lofty ideals meet the harsh ground of reality. It's something we can all relate to, isn't it? Whether it's the crumbling of a long-held belief or the stark realization of our mortality, these are moments that define us. Tolstoy's genius lies in his ability to take these profound themes and weave them into the lives of his characters, making them resonate with us even today. Take Levin, for instance. Throughout the novel, he's been a character perpetually searching for meaning, for faith, for answers to questions that seem to have none. In this final part, his journey culminates in a profound confrontation with the reality of life and death. After witnessing the birth of his child and dealing with a near-death experience himself, Levin is thrust into an existential reflection. Now, think about this. How often do our most life-affirming moments come hand in hand with the reminder of our own mortality? Levin's experience echoes the duality of joy and sorrow that marks our human existence. It's like standing in a garden where roses bloom alongside thorns. For Levin, this revelation becomes a turning point, a shift from seeking external validation to finding inner peace. His struggle mirrors our own modern-day quest for authenticity in a world that often values appearances over substance. Then there's the tragedy of Anna, whose journey in this novel is a somber dance with reality. Her story is a poignant reminder of how the pursuit of personal fulfillment can sometimes lead us down dark paths. Anna's confrontation with reality comes at a harrowing cost. She is trapped in a web of societal expectations and personal desires, where the illusion of control she once held begins to unravel. In a world where social media paints a picture of curated perfection, Anna's story feels especially relevant. She craves a life that matches her dreams, but the weight of societal judgment becomes unbearable. It's a timeless narrative of how external pressures can distort our self-perception, often leading to devastating consequences. This is Tolstoy's subtle warning to us. Are we living for ourselves or for the image we wish to project? As Anna's life spirals toward its tragic conclusion, we are left to ponder the choices she makes. Her story is a powerful cautionary tale about the importance of self-awareness and the dangers of losing oneself in the pursuit of unattainable ideals. It's a mirror reflecting the societal pressures that continue to shape our lives today, urging us to consider the cost of conformity versus the price of authenticity. Towards the end of the novel, the theme of mortality is brought full circle through the character of Vronsky. The once dashing officer, full of ambition and desire, is left to confront the emptiness of his existence after Anna's demise. His realization is a stark reminder that love and ambition, unchecked by introspection, can lead to a hollow victory. This brings us back to a universal truth. Life, with all its unpredictability, demands that we face our fears and embrace our vulnerabilities. It's not about triumphing against death, but about living fully in the face of it. Tolstoy's narrative encourages us to find meaning not in the grandiose, but in the everyday moments of grace and connection. As Part 8 draws to a close, Tolstoy leaves us with a sense of both resolution and introspection. Each character's arc, whether shadowed in despair or lit by newfound clarity, offers us a lesson in resilience. It's a gentle nudge to examine our own lives, to sift through our struggles and triumphs, seeking the quiet wisdom nestled within. In the end, Anna Karenina is more than a tale of love and loss. It's a meditation on the human condition. Through the lens of Tolstoy's characters, we're invited to reflect on our own encounters with reality and mortality. How do we define our existence? What legacy do we leave behind? As we close the book and finish our coffee, we carry these reflections with us. a reminder that life's most profound lessons often come wrapped in the simplest of truths. Whether in Tolstoy's time or today, the dance with reality and mortality continues, urging us to live authentically, love deeply, and embrace the fleeting nature of our journey. Jason. Narration. Welcome back to One Book, One Coffee, where we dive into the pages of great literature and sip the wisdom of centuries. Today, let's explore a theme as old as time itself: love, as depicted in Leo Tolstoy's masterpiece, Anna Karenina. Now, Tolstoy doesn't just present love in one shade. He paints it with a vast palette, showing us the complexities and contradictions inherent in both romantic and familial bonds. /n/n Let's start with romantic love, which is embodied by the passionate yet tumultuous affair between Anna and Vronsky. Their love is intense and consuming, like a whirlwind that sweeps everything away in its path. But have you ever been caught in a storm that seems beautiful and terrifying all at once? That's Anna and Vronsky's love for you. On the surface, it feels liberating and thrilling, but beneath, there's a current of destruction. Now, think about this. How often do we confuse intensity with depth in our own lives? In a world where grand gestures are celebrated, we sometimes overlook the quiet strength of sustained affection. Anna and Vronsky's relationship is a cautionary tale about the cost of passion unchecked, a reminder that love, if not grounded in mutual respect and understanding, can lead to devastation. /n/n Contrast this with Levin and Kitty's relationship, which unfolds in a more understated yet profound manner. Their love is like the steady growth of a tree rooted deep in the soil. It's not without challenges. Oh no, love never is, but it's resilient. Their courtship is marked by misunderstandings and separations, yet they find their way back to each other, learning and growing together. Isn't it fascinating how true love often requires us to be vulnerable, to admit our flaws, and to work through the mundane together? Levin and Kitty teach us that love is not just about the grand moments, but more about the thousand little acts of kindness and patience woven into the fabric of everyday life. /n/n Now, moving on to familial love, Tolstoy offers us a wide canvas. Think about the Oblonskys for a moment. Steva's carefree infidelities put a strain on his marriage with Dolly, yet there's a persistent thread of familial loyalty that keeps them tethered. In modern terms, it's like the tension between personal happiness and familial responsibility. Today, how many of us wrestle with the idea of balance, juggling our desires with the duties we owe to our loved ones? /n/n Tolstoy's portrayal of family isn't just about the nuclear unit. It's about the web of relationships that sustain us. Consider the role of Anna's son, Seryaja, and the deep, instinctual love Anna has for him. Her struggle to maintain a connection with Seryaja in the face of societal scorn and personal turmoil speaks volumes. It's a poignant reminder of the sacrifices parents make, the silent, steadfast love that asks for nothing but gives everything. /n/n Let's take this theme of familial love further. Today, with our fast-paced lives and digital distractions, maintaining close-knit family ties can feel like an uphill battle. Tolstoy, through his characters, reminds us that family is not just those to whom we are related by blood, but also those we choose to care for, those whose lives we touch with love and empathy. /n/n So, what is love really about, according to Tolstoy? Is it the fiery passion that consumes or the quiet companionship that sustains? Perhaps it's a bit of both, each playing its part in the grand narrative of human connection. Tolstoy doesn't provide easy answers, but he invites us to reflect on the nature of love in our own lives. Are we more like Anna and Vronsky, swept up in the thrill of the moment, or are we striving like Levin and Kitty for a love that's patient and enduring? /n/n As we close this chapter on love, let's carry these reflections with us. In a world where relationships are often commodified and love is sometimes portrayed as a transaction, Anna Karenina challenges us to think deeper. It urges us to seek love that is not only passionate but also compassionate, not only romantic but also grounded in reality. /n/n. Until next time, keep those pages turning and your coffee warm. And remember, as Tolstoy shows us, love is the thread that weaves the tapestry of life. It's messy and beautiful, challenging and rewarding. So let's cherish it in all its forms, nurturing it with the care it deserves. See you soon, and happy reading. Narration. Anna Karenina. It's one of those timeless novels that invites us to sit back, sip our coffee, and ponder the eternal dance between the individual's heart and society's heavy expectations. Today, we're diving into a fascinating section that unravels the intricate tapestry of societal norms clashing with personal desires. It's a tale as old as time, yet as fresh as the morning brew in your cup. /n/n. Imagine this. It's the 19th century Russian high society, a world dominated by rigid rules and whispered judgments. Enter Anna Karenina, a woman whose life becomes a vivid canvas of conflicting passions and societal pressures. She's not merely a character. She's a mirror reflecting the struggles we all face when our deepest desires rub against the expectations laid upon us. Now, think about this. Have you ever wanted something so intensely, yet known it was frowned upon by those around you? /n/n. Tolstoy paints Anna's world with the fine strokes of a master artist, highlighting the stark contrast between the societal facade and the tumultuous undercurrents of personal longing. Anna, caught between her duties as a wife and her desperate yearning for true love, embodies the universal conflict between following one's heart and adhering to societal expectations. It's a stormy sea where many have sailed, and Tolstoy lets us feel every wave of emotion crashing against her. /n/n. To make this more relatable, let's imagine a modern setting. Consider someone with a successful career, a seemingly perfect life, but deep within lies a passion that doesn't fit the mold. Maybe they're an accountant who dreams of painting vibrant murals, or a lawyer who yearns to write novels. Society, like in Anna's time, can be quick to judge and slow to understand. We all know how that feels, don't we? The pressure to conform, to stay within the lines drawn by society, can be overwhelming. /n/n. Anna's affair with Vronsky, a dashing young officer, becomes her escape, her way of breaking free from the gilded cage of her marriage to Alexei Alexandrovich. But this bold step comes with a price. Society, with its watchful eyes, becomes a merciless judge. Anna's story is a poignant reminder of the consequences of defying societal norms. It begs the question, is the pursuit of personal happiness worth the risk of social ostracism? /n/n. Tolstoy doesn't just tell us Anna's story. He invites us into the minds of his characters, exploring their motivations with an empathetic yet critical eye. We see Alexei Alexandrovich, Anna's husband, as more than just a villain. He's a product of his time, a man who values duty and reputation over personal fulfillment. His reaction to Anna's infidelity is emblematic of the era's rigid gender roles and societal expectations. /n/n. In today's world, while we might not face the same explicit societal constraints, the essence of this struggle remains. Consider social media, where the pressure to present a picture-perfect life is immense. The curated images we share often hide our true selves, much like Anna's outward adherence to her societal role hides her inner turmoil. How often do we sacrifice personal authenticity for societal acceptance? /n/n. Anna's story also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of letting societal norms dictate personal happiness. Her tragic end, a stark reminder of the destructive power of such conflicts, forces us to ask ourselves, are we living for ourselves or for others? In a world that is increasingly valuing authenticity and individualism, Anna's plight resonates as a call to seek balance between personal desires and societal obligations. /n/n. As we sip on our coffee and ponder these themes, it's crucial to remember that human desires and societal expectations don't always have to be at odds. There's a beauty in finding harmony between the two, a middle path where one can pursue personal passions while respecting societal values. This is perhaps the most profound lesson from Anna's story, the importance of crafting our own path, guided by both heart and mind. /n/n. So, as we close this chapter, let's carry with us the wisdom of Anna's journey. Let's strive to be true to ourselves, to honor our desires without disregarding the world we live in. Tolstoy, through Anna Karenina, gives us a lens to examine our own lives. Are we living under the heavy weight of societal expectations, or are we pursuing a life that truly fulfills us? With that thought, let's move forward, always seeking the balance that brings both personal contentment and societal peace. Until next time, keep your heart open and your coffee warm. Narration. When we dive into the realm of moral dilemmas in Anna Karenina, it feels like stepping into a vibrant tapestry where threads of right and wrong are intricately woven. The beauty of Tolstoy's storytelling is how he paints these dilemmas not just as black and white, but in shades of uncertainty that mirror our own lives today. Imagine sipping your morning coffee, pondering over decisions that shape the fabric of our existence. That's exactly what the characters in Anna Karenina do in their own 19th century Russian way. /n/n. Take Anna herself, for example. She is a woman caught in the throes of passion and duty. Her affair with Count Vronsky is not just a personal turning point, it's a societal earthquake. Now, think about this. Haven't we all faced situations where our heart pulls us one way and societal norms tug us another? Anna's struggle is not just about love and infidelity, it's about the courage to defy expectations. Her journey makes us question, do we follow our desires, or do we adhere to the rules that define us? Imagine a modern setting where someone feels trapped in a loveless marriage, perhaps finding solace in an unexpected friendship. Isn't the essence the same? /n/, and then there's Levin. Oh, Levin. He's constantly wrestling with his place in the world, in society, and within himself. His moral dilemmas revolve around his search for meaning and authenticity. He's like a modern-day individual who seeks mindfulness amidst the chaos of life. Picture a young entrepreneur today, torn between the lure of financial success and the desire to make a genuine impact on the world. Levin's inner turmoil, his philosophical debates about faith and happiness, resonate deeply with anyone who's ever questioned their life's direction. His story is a testament to the timelessness of the quest for purpose. Now, let's switch gears and consider Alexei Alexandrovich, Anna's husband. Often perceived as cold and unyielding, he represents the rigid moral framework of the time. His dilemma is more about public image and duty than personal happiness. Doesn't this sound familiar? In today's world, where social media often dictates our actions, maintaining a facade can sometimes take precedence over genuine emotion. Alexandrovich's struggle with forgiveness and pride is akin to public figures today grappling with scandals and the pressure to uphold a reputation. His journey begs the question, how much of our morality is shaped by the fear of judgment rather than personal beliefs? /n/n. Moreover, the societal backdrop of Anna Karenina acts as a character in itself. The standards and expectations of Imperial Russia set the stage for these personal moral battles. It's not so different from how cultural norms influence us today. Imagine being part of a community where every move is scrutinized, where stepping out of line means risking ostracism. It's a world where the collective often overshadows the individual, a concept not unfamiliar to our global society, where cultural and familial pressures can weigh heavily on personal choices. /n/n. But what makes Tolstoy's exploration of morality so compelling is his refusal to offer easy answers. He doesn't judge his characters. Instead, he lays bare their vulnerabilities and strengths, allowing readers to draw their own conclusions. This is a powerful reminder that real-life dilemmas rarely have clear-cut solutions. They are messy, complex, and deeply personal. Each character's journey offers a mirror to our own, inviting us to reflect on what we would do in their shoes. /n/n. As we unravel these stories and struggles, it's essential to appreciate how Tolstoy uses them to explore broader themes of freedom and constraint. In a world increasingly defined by choices, the tension between personal liberty and moral responsibility is more relevant than ever. How do we balance our desires with our duties? Where do we draw the line between personal fulfillment and societal expectations? And so, as we conclude this exploration of moral dilemmas in Anna Karenina, let's take a moment to reflect. These stories, though set in a different time, echo the challenges we face today. From Anna's passionate defiance to Levin's existential quest, and Alexandrovich's struggle with pride and duty, each character embodies a facet of the human moral experience. Their journeys implore us to consider our own paths, to question, to challenge, and to strive for authenticity in a world that often demands conformity. /N, the richness of Anna Karenina lies not just in its historical setting or its intricate plot, but in its exploration of what it means to be human. And isn't that the essence of great literature? To hold a mirror to our souls and invite us to see ourselves in the characters we meet. So, as you sip your coffee and ponder these timeless questions, remember that the moral dilemmas faced by Anna, Levin, and Alexei Alexandrovich are not just their stories, but ours too. Welcome, dear listener, to another cozy episode of One Book, One Coffee. Today, we're diving deep into a theme that weaves itself through the tapestry of human relationships, the intricate dance between truth and deception, as seen in Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Now you might be wondering, what makes this theme so compelling? It's the universal nature of it, the way it echoes in our lives even today, over a century later. Let's pour ourselves a cup of warmth and explore this together. /N in Tolstoy's world, and indeed in ours, relationships often hang in the delicate balance between honesty and deceit. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves caught in the web of little white lies or harsh truths? In Anna Karenina, characters grapple with these dilemmas, creating a rich landscape of human emotion and consequence. /N take Anna herself, for example. Her affair with Count Vronsky begins with the intoxicating allure of truth, the undeniable, electric connection between them. But as their relationship evolves, it becomes entangled in secrecy. Isn't it fascinating how love, which we often herald as pure and true, can sometimes be built on the unstable foundation of deceit? This duplicity eventually leads Anna to a place of profound isolation. Here, as where Tolstoy's genius truly shines, he shows us that deceit, even if well-intentioned, can erode the very fabric of our lives. /N now, think about this in modern terms. In an age where social media often paints a filtered picture of perfection, aren't we all guilty of a little deception? The curated personas we present can sometimes stand in stark contrast to our true selves. It's a dance of image versus reality, truth versus facade. /N Anna's husband, Alexei Alexandrovich, represents another facet of this theme. He embodies the societal pressures to maintain a veneer of respectability. His eventual confrontation with Anna's infidelity is a clash between his carefully maintained facade and the raw, unvarnished truth. How many of us have been in situations where the truth, with all its potential for upheaval, feels terrifying? Yet Tolstoy seems to suggest that facing the truth, however painful, is a necessary path towards authenticity and deeper connection. /N consider Alexei's choice to initially ignore Anna's indiscretions. Isn't there a parallel here with how some of us might turn a blind eye to problems, hoping they'll dissolve on their own? Yet, Tolstoy's narrative reminds us that ignoring the truth doesn't make it disappear. It often makes it grow more insistent, like a shadow stretching across our lives. /N, but it's not all somber. There's a sparkle of hope in the exploration of truth and honesty, represented by another couple in the novel, Levin and Kitty. Their relationship, though fraught with its own set of challenges, is rooted in a refreshing openness. They show us that honesty can be a catalyst for growth and intimacy. Have you ever noticed how the most fulfilling relationships in our lives are often the ones where we can be our truest selves? Levin's struggles with his own insecurities and search for meaning are a testament to the power of vulnerability. In a world that often equates vulnerability with weakness, Tolstoy paints it as a brave and essential step towards genuine connection. /n/n now, picture this. You're at a dinner party, and there's a palpable tension in the air because people are biting their tongues and holding back their truths. Compare that to a gathering where everyone is open and genuine. The latter is usually filled with laughter, understanding, and a sense of belonging. Tolstoy's insights underscore the value of shedding our masks to foster deeper, more meaningful connections. /n/n as we sip our coffee and ponder these tales from 19th century Russia, it's remarkable to see how these themes resonate with us today. We live in a world that constantly challenges us to be authentic, yet tempts us with the ease of deception. So, how do we navigate this? Perhaps Tolstoy offers a simple yet profound answer: by embracing honesty, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, and by nurturing relationships where truth is valued over pretense. /n/n in closing, Anna Karenina is not just a story about love and betrayal. It's a mirror reflecting the complexities of our own lives. As we part ways today, let's carry with us the reminder that while deceit might offer temporary comfort, it's truth that offers lasting peace. So next time you find yourself at a crossroads between honesty and deception, ask yourself, what would bring me closer to my truest self and to those I care about? Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep reading, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep being true. /n/n here's to the beauty of authenticity. Cheers. Jason. Narration. Welcome back to One Book, One Coffee, where today we're diving into the world of Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina to explore the intricate and often restrictive role of women in society as portrayed in this timeless novel. So, grab your cup of coffee and let's sit down to chat about how these themes resonate even in our modern world. Imagine for a moment you are in 19th century Russia. The air is thick with societal expectations, and the roles are as rigid as the frosty winter mornings. This was a time when women were often valued for their obedience and ability to uphold the household. In Anna Karenina, Tolstoy masterfully gives us characters who navigate these societal waters, each in their own unique way, illuminating the constraints and possibilities available to women at the time. /n/n let's start with Anna herself, a character who is both a victim and a rebel of her circumstances. Anna is someone who lives passionately, who dares to follow her heart even when it leads her into tumultuous waters. She finds herself trapped between the expectations of a dutiful wife and the desires of an independent spirit. Now, think about this. How often do we find ourselves caught in similar dilemmas today, where society tells us to walk one path but our heart yearns for another? /n/n Anna's story is a vivid reminder that the struggle for personal freedom is timeless. Her affair with Vronsky, though scandalous in her time, is a quest for love and self-worth. In a modern context, we might see this portrayed as someone leaving a stable job to pursue a passion project, or breaking away from societal norms to live authentically. The core of Anna's story is the universal pursuit of happiness and identity, something that resonates with anyone who has ever felt confined by expectations. /n/n and then we have Kitty, whose journey represents another facet of womanhood. Initially, she is infatuated with Vronsky, but through her heartbreak, she grows, evolving from a naive girl into a mature woman who finds strength in domesticity. Kitty's transformation is subtle yet profound. Tolstoy uses her character to showcase that fulfillment can come from embracing traditional roles as well. In today's world, Kitty might be the woman who finds joy in being a stay-at-home mom, or the one who discovers her calling in nurturing others. /n/n now, let's not forget Dolly, Anna's sister-in-law, who embodies the sacrifices many women make for their families. Her marriage to Oblonsky is fraught with infidelity, yet she holds on for the sake of her children and societal image. Dolly's resilience and dedication are both a source of strength and a form of entrapment. Doesn't that sound familiar? How many people today stay in unhappy situations for the sake of stability or family? Her story raises the perennial question of how far one should go to maintain appearances versus pursuing personal contentment. And Tolstoy's characters are rich tapestries woven with the threads of the challenges and limitations women faced in his time, threads that are still visible in the fabric of today's society. Although the context and details have changed, the underlying issues remain. Women, even now, often grapple with balancing multiple roles, fighting for autonomy, and challenging the status quo. Consider modern parallels where women around the world are still fighting for basic rights, such as education and reproductive freedom. In many places, the struggle continues against being defined solely by one's relationship to others, whether as a wife, a mother, or a daughter, rather than being valued as individuals in their own right. In Anna Karenina, Tolstoy offers a mirror to the patriarchal society of his time, reflecting the limited opportunities available to women. Today, we can see these reflections in ongoing discussions about gender equality in the workplace, the gender pay gap, and representation in leadership roles. The novel's exploration of these themes is a call to continue the conversation and strive for change. As we finish our coffee and wrap up this discussion, let's take a moment to appreciate how far we've come and how much further we still have to go. Tolstoy's portrayal of women's roles may be set in the past, but it challenges us to think critically about our present and future. How do we, as a society, ensure that everyone has the opportunity to live freely and authentically, outside the confines of outdated stereotypes? And thank you for joining me today on One Book, One Coffee. I hope this exploration of Anna Karenina inspires you to reflect on the roles we all play in shaping a more just and equitable world. Until next time, keep reading and keep questioning the world around you. Jason. Narration. Welcome to another cozy session of One Book, One Coffee, where today, we're diving into a timeless story about the tug-of-war between nature and society within the pages of Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. Picture yourself with a warm cup of coffee as we unravel the intricate dance between primal instincts and the societal norms that try to tame them. Imagine for a moment standing at the crossroads of passion and propriety. What happens when the heart's untamed desires clash with the rigid, often unyielding expectations of society? In Anna Karenina, Tolstoy masterfully crafts this eternal struggle through his characters, each embodying different facets of this conflict. Anna herself is the vibrant personification of natural instincts. Her affair with Vronsky isn't just a tale of romance. It's a rebellion against the constraints of her world. And now, think about this. Have you ever felt drawn to something that society deemed off-limits? Perhaps a career that strayed from the expected path, or a relationship that defied conventional wisdom. Anna's journey is a dramatic illustration of the price of following one's heart in the face of societal judgment. Her love affair is both exhilarating and destructive, a whirlwind that the social norms of her time simply couldn't condone. And Tolstoy doesn't just stop with Anna. He broadens the canvas with characters like Levin, who represents another side of the nature versus society coin. Levin's struggles are deeply rooted in his quest for a meaningful life, one that aligns with his inner beliefs rather than the superficial expectations of aristocratic society. He toils on his farm, seeking fulfillment and authenticity, epitomizing the natural man's quest for harmony with the world around him. And have you ever been at a dinner party where the conversation suddenly turns awkward because someone says what everyone else is only thinking? That moment when truth and etiquette collide is at the heart of Tolstoy's exploration. Anna's brother, Steva Oblonsky, offers yet another perspective. His charm and affability mask a life lived superficially. To Steva, society's rules are a game, and he's an expert player. But this raises a question. Is it possible to truly be oneself if you're always adapting to fit in? /n/n in our modern world, the conflict Tolstoy set forth is as relevant as ever. Think about the pressure from social media to present a perfect life versus the genuine, sometimes messy reality underneath. The curated feeds we scroll through can be seen as modern society's norms, dictating how we should live. But just like Anna and Levin, we have a choice. Either conform to these expectations or carve out a path true to our nature. /n/n consider the metaphor of a river. Society's rules are like the banks that direct the flow, while our natural instincts are the water that seeks the easiest path, sometimes spilling over, carving new courses. Anna and Levin each attempt to navigate their paths, sometimes flowing smoothly, other times crashing against the rocks of convention. /n/n Tolstoy's insight into human nature is profound. He suggests that when natural desires are suppressed or denied in favor of societal norms, the result can be catastrophic. Anna's tragic end is not just the result of an affair, but of a societal system that demanded she suppress her true self. /n/n Yet, amid the tragedy, there's wisdom to be gleaned. Anna's story serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of finding balance. It's a reminder that while societal norms can provide structure and stability, they should not suffocate the human spirit. /n/n Let's bring this into today's context. We've all faced those moments where we wonder if we're living our lives for ourselves or for the approval of others. The lessons from Anna Karenina encourage us to examine whether the paths we tread are truly ours or simply well-worn trails laid out by societal expectation. /n/n So, as you sip your coffee, ask yourself, are you swimming against the current of your true desires in an effort to conform, or are you daring to forge your own path, even if it means defying convention? Tolstoy's characters, with all their flaws and dreams, invite us to reflect on these questions and perhaps find the courage to listen to our own hearts. /n/n As we close this chapter of our exploration into Tolstoy's world, remember that the dance between nature and society is as old as time itself, yet ever present in our modern lives. Next week, we'll continue unraveling more layers of this classic tale. Until then, keep pondering, keep questioning, and keep enjoying every sip of that coffee. Jason. Narration. Welcome to One Book, One Coffee, where today we're diving into the intricate world of Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, specifically exploring the theme of the quest for meaning. Now, imagine you're sitting in a cozy cafe, the warm aroma of freshly brewed coffee enveloping you as we unravel the philosophical depths of Tolstoy's masterpiece. /n/n In Anna Karenina, each character embarks on a journey, a search for purpose, fulfillment, and what it means to truly live. Tolstoy invites us to ponder, what makes life meaningful? Is it love, family, social status, or perhaps something more introspective? Let's explore these age-old questions by looking at the lives of Anna, Levin, and others, and see how their quests mirror our own. /n/n Take Anna, for instance. She's caught in a whirlwind of social expectations and personal desires. Her affair with Vronsky is more than a scandalous romance. It's her desperate attempt to find meaning beyond the confines of her marriage and societal norms. Picture this. Anna feels trapped, like a bird in a gilded cage. She's yearning for freedom, for passion, something that can breathe life into her existence. But as we see, her quest leads her down a tumultuous path. Now think about this. How often do we find ourselves chasing something we believe will give us happiness, only to find it slipping through our fingers like sand? /n/n Then there's Levin, a character whose journey for meaning takes a different route. He's often seen tilling the earth, hands deep in the soil, searching for answers in the simplicity of nature. Levin's quest is about finding peace and purpose in the routines of daily life, away from the chaos of society. His struggles with faith and existential questions reflect the internal battles we all face. Imagine Levin on his farm, looking at the horizon as if it's a canvas where his life's questions are painted. He's wrestling with the age-old inquiry. Is fulfillment found in the simplicity of life, or do we need something greater, something divine? /n/n as we navigate their stories, Tolstoy sprinkles in nuggets of wisdom that resonate with us today. Think about the frantic pace of our modern lives, always on the go, striving for success, often leaving us little time to ponder our own quests for meaning. In many ways, Anna's and Levin's searches echo the struggles we face in our digital, hyper-connected world. We, too, encounter the clash between societal demands and personal desires, the tension between the external and internal quests for fulfillment. /n/n Tolstoy's characters are like mirrors reflecting our own lives, showing us the myriad paths one can take in the pursuit of meaning. Now let's consider a modern parallel, the career-driven individual who reaches the pinnacle of success, only to find an emptiness they can't quite fill, or the person who leaves the hustle and bustle of city life to find solace in nature, seeking a deeper connection with themselves and the world around them. Each story, each character in Anna Karenina, offers us insights into our own lives and the diverse ways we search for purpose. /n/n And what about love? Tolstoy suggests that love can be both a source of profound fulfillment and tremendous sorrow. Through Anna's passionate yet tragic relationship with Vronsky, we see how love can consume and destroy when it becomes the sole focus of one's quest for meaning. On the flip side, Levin's relationship with Kitty offers a glimpse into a more balanced love, one that grows from mutual respect and shared values. It's a love that withstands trials and tribulations, a testament to the idea that meaning often comes from nurturing our deepest relationships, despite their complexities. /n/n Throughout Anna Karenina, Tolstoy masterfully weaves these stories, challenging us to reflect on our own lives. Are we, like Anna, pursuing ephemeral passions that may lead to despair? Or do we, like Levin, seek meaning in the steady, sometimes mundane rhythms of life? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere in between, a delicate balance of passion and contentment, external pursuits and inner peace. /n/n As we sip our coffee and ponder these questions, let's remember that the quest for meaning is a journey each of us undertakes, one that evolves over time. Tolstoy's characters remind us that while the search for purpose can be fraught with challenges, it's also filled with moments of beauty, growth, and discovery. In the end, perhaps the quest itself, the act of searching, questioning, and striving, is what gives life its richest meaning. /n/n Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Anna Karenina and its timeless insights. Until next time, keep pondering, keep searching, and savor the journey as much as the destination. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy is a novel that intricately weaves the lives of its characters against the backdrop of Russian society, exploring themes of love, fidelity, family, and the pursuit of happiness. The novel contrasts the tumultuous and passionate affair of Anna and Vronsky with the steady, evolving relationship of Levin and Kitty, offering a rich tapestry of human emotions and moral dilemmas. Here are some key takeaways. 1. The complexity of love. Love is multifaceted, encompassing joy and despair, and it demands both effort and sacrifice. Apply this by being open to the different forms love can take in your life, and nurture each relationship with patience and understanding, knowing it might not always align with traditional expectations. 2. The search for authenticity. Levin's journey towards self-discovery shows the importance of aligning one's actions with personal values. You can apply this by starting small, identifying one area in your life where you feel out of sync, and making conscious changes to align more closely with your true self. 3. The dangers of social conformity. Anna's story warns against the pressures of societal norms that can lead to personal tragedy. Consider where societal expectations might be limiting you and take small, courageous steps to pursue what genuinely fulfills you. 4. The power of reflection and growth. Levin's ongoing internal reflections highlight the importance of personal growth. Set aside time regularly for introspection, perhaps through journaling or meditation, to continually learn about yourself and your reactions. Be patient with yourself in this journey, as growth takes time. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with at least one idea from this book that stuck with you, one concept you're going to carry forward. It could be something that challenged your thinking, something you want to try, or even something you disagreed with. Your insight might be exactly what another listener needs to hear today. And if this summary gave you something valuable, a new perspective, a spark of motivation, or even just a peaceful hour with your coffee, share it with someone who might need it too. Subscribe to One Book, One Coffee, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a new summary. Every week, we sit down together with one great book, one warm cup of coffee, and the simple belief that wisdom, shared well, can change lives. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and remember, every small step counts. See you at the next book.